So we are now going to edit the actual online store theme. So as you can see, Shopify selects a default theme for you, which you can change. The first thing we're gonna edit is our preferences. So this is where we're gonna edit just a few store details. These are details that will appear on your actual website. So the first thing is the homepage title that appears at the top above your web address. So I use my store name as well as a brief sentence, like a few words that the most precise words that will describe what I sell or what my business sells. I hope that makes sense. So in my case, it's Satin Pearls, which is the store name, and then I use that like line thing. I don't know what it's called, and then I say I sell wholesale satin accessories. So if you are a clothing boutique or a women's clothing boutique or a men's clothing boutique, then that is what you'll write, or you will write the best men's clothing boutique or something like that, right? And then homepage meta description, then you will give a brief description of what you sell. So you add a little bit more detail so that when somebody is searching for wholesale satin accessories on Google and my store is one of the results that appear, then my store or the homepage title will appear Satin Pearls Wholesale Satin Accessories. And then I don't know if you've seen on Google search results, underneath the name or the clickable name, there is like a little description underneath of of what is sold on the store, what the store is about. So this is the detail that appears on there. So this is what you will write, to appear on any search results. Cool. Then you're gonna add an icon for the website. So if you've ever searched a website and then at the top next to the web address there's a little icon, little picture that appears, it's normally the store's logo or whatever, then this is what that is. So yeah, so even in Google you will see, or if you share it on like Facebook or something, the picture you select here is the picture that will appear when you've shared it onto Facebook, and then the page title and a little bit of the description. So cool, those details. I'm not gonna go into the Google Analytics right now because I don't have a Google Analytics account for the store, but once I sort that out, I will create a separate video for that. Facebook Pixel, we will do that a bit later as well. For now, I just want us to edit the actual store. So fine, the to is navigation, just above preferences. So this is where you will add menus or create your menu items. So the menus are the tabs that appear at the top of your store. So your shop, contact, about us, all those things. To add a menu item, you will click on add menu item and a new tab will come. So here I clicked on edit menu item. So I wanted to edit the catalog, if you saw, to shop because I don't want to see catalog on my website. I prefer for it to say shop. So that is what you'll do. You can edit the title, and then the link, it's normally a link to a page. I will show you how to create that. I actually should have shown you that first before this. For now, I'm just going to save this and then go back to pages so that we can create a page, create these pages, and then we can create the menu items and link them and stuff like that. So this is where you create your pages, the pages on your site. Click on add page. Add the title of the page. So I'm gonna call this one FAQ, and I'm going to just type in. So my FAQ page for me will be to basically answer frequently asked questions. So because it's a new site and there aren't any frequently asked questions yet, I'm going to think of questions that are most likely to be asked. So questions that potential customers will most likely want answers to when they get to my site. So those are the questions I'm going to answer there. It could be 5 questions, it could be 3 questions, but as you run your business, and as people ask questions and as people encounter issues and all that, you will know what questions to add there, and you will add the answers to those as well on this page. So that is what I'm going to do. So every page can either be visible or hidden. So if it's hidden, it means that it won't appear on your site, but in the back end of your store, you can see it and it is there. Every edit you've done is still there. So if you wanted to be visible on the site, then you make sure you click visible and it will be visible. Cool. So this is a default page, and then you save. And that is a page that will appear at the top of your menu bar at the top. And then you can add another page and, for instance, title it About Us, and that is where you will write a little something. It can be a paragraph, it can be a couple of paragraphs about your business if you want to. It's not, in my opinion, it's not a must to have this page. It depends on what type of business you're running. But if you're just selling products, like if you are selling products, retail products, then I don't see a need to have an About Us page, because nobody's gonna go there and read about your business. They want to see the products, they want to read about the product. So it's totally up to you. But in my opinion, it's only necessary with certain type of businesses, so service related businesses. And if you're selling a luxury product, then yes, definitely have an About Us page, because if somebody's going to be paying that much money for a product on your page, they're probably going to read that page. They're probably going to want to know more about your business. So I'm just writing stuff here just for the sake of having the page. This is not what's actually going to be on my site. I'm actually going to write it out properly on my site. But yeah, just make sure it's written out well. Um, Also, when writing things out on your site, use paragraphs instead of bullet points. I'm literally just doing this because I don't want to type anything out right now, for the sake of just showing you guys how I'm doing this. So now that we've added our pages, we are going to go back to navigation and link the pages to the menu items. So the menu items, as I said before, are the tabs that you see at the top of your website. So we are going to add a menu item, which is About Us. So that's going to appear at the top of our website. And we linked it to the page that we created in the pages section. FAQ tab, we clicked into the FAQ page that we created. So yeah, and then the shop tab that I created, so that was named catalog. I renamed it shop. um we are You connect that to like your product page. As you saw, I moved that around. You can move your pages around, or your menu items around in the order that you want. So just drag. Now we are editing the footer menu. That is the bottom section of your website, where you'll normally see a contact section. You will see policies and all those type of things. So we are going to add those things there. I'm adding the same tabs or the same pages that we have on our main menu, and then we'll just add a couple of other things like policies and stuff at the bottom of the page, because you don't want them at the top and then you'll have a whole lot of tabs, which doesn't look good, and also it's just going to be too overwhelming for your customer. Whereas if it's at the bottom, then it's just there for them if they need it. If they want to look for stuff like that, then they can find it at the bottom of the page, if they are looking for it. But otherwise, you know, everything have the same stuff that you have at the top. so that if your customer wants to visit any of those pages but they are at the bottom of the page, they still can do that. They don't have to scroll all the way up. So yeah, I'm just connecting. So in the previous video, we did add our policies and all that. So I'm just adding these policies to the menu item. That's all I'm doing. And then you can delete any menu items if you don't want them to appear at the bottom, if you feel like it's not relevant. Make sure you save. Remember to save any changes that you make. Cool, and then you can edit your filters on the same under navigation as well. So your filters basically allow customers on your site to search using certain filters. So if they want to search using availability, if they want to search using price, if they want to search using product type, if you sell different brands, then you can add the vendor option as well for them to search using that option. Like I said before, save your stuff. Every time you make changes, make sure you save. So the next thing we're gonna look at, okay, these are the pages that we've created, and then blog posts. So if you want to have a blog on your website or with your business, then you can create blog posts over here. Cool. Now themes. This is where we choose themes and edit them and all that. So the current theme is a default theme that Shopify chose for me. I can choose to edit that, or I can come down to the theme library and I can choose a theme. I can choose a theme under the Shopify theme store, or I can just look at the free themes. These are the free themes that Shopify offers. So you can choose one of them and then use those. So these are basically just like mock online stores or mock websites that they created using these themes. Um, so yeah, you can add it to the theme library and edit that, or we can go onto the Shopify theme store. So if you're starting out, or when you're starting out, if you don't have like a lot of money, then rather use a free theme. It's great. It's just as great, honestly. If you do have money, you can choose one of the paid themes. They are better in terms of the design and in terms of the functionality. You just have, I don't know, it just gives you more room to choose. But yeah, I'd rather start with a free theme. I've never purchased a theme from Shopify yet because I mean they're expensive. So, so you can choose the different categories and it shows you the different types of themes for each category, and you can filter it and only see the free themes and all that stuff. So yeah, that should help you choose a theme that you like or a layout for your store that you like. So it's not to say that because you chose a certain theme that your store has to look like that. You can change things around, but there are limitations in terms of what you can or cannot remove, or what you can or cannot add to specific themes, so that it doesn't lose the so it doesn't mess up the code, or it doesn't lose its overall functionality. So this is a preview of one of the themes. So if this is the kind of layout you want to see for your store, then you would choose this theme and you can remove whatever you want to remove or switch things around. Say you want the product to be first or whatever. It's really up to you. So yeah, this is just a mock store, or just a preview of what the theme would look like if it had products and actual pictures in it. And if you want to use it, you click on add theme and it will be added under your themes, up there under your current themes. It would be added here. Cool. So now there are different actions you can have. So you can preview the theme that you've selected to kind of see its layout. So it will show you like this with no pictures and just, words telling you what to write on at a certain place. Now, those tabs, the tabs or the pages that you see at the top, those are the pages that we created previously. So that's where they appear. Um, so yeah, I can choose to delete this whole area, or I can keep it and just add my pictures, my video, whatever. So yeah, cool. And then at the bottom is where you will see your footer menu right here. So everything that we added, all those tabs that we added to the footer menu, this is where you can see them. Um, so cool. That is the theme that I have. You can rename the theme, or but like it's just renaming the theme, it would only be for your own purposes. If you have multiple themes that you've added to your site, and you like switching between the themes or whatever, then you can name them and all that. You can download the theme file. So if you know how to code, or you know someone who does know how to code, then you can download it. You can edit the code, only if you know how to code. If you don't know, guys, don't touch that. Rather have somebody who does know how to code to do those type of things for you. Cool. Now we clicked on customize theme. So this is what the store looks like without being edited, without any pictures. And I will be adding pictures. As you can see at the top, you can see all the tabs are home, shop, contact, about us, FAQ. Those are the menu items. So this is the main menu at the top. Now, I'm changing what the announcement bar says. That is the bar that appears on top of the menu items. So normally on the top announcement bar, I will add things like free shipping on orders above, say, I'm going to say 1,000 Rand, or you can say 500 Rand, or you can say free shipping within South Africa, or you can say simply just say we ship worldwide, or we ship to South Africa, or whatever, right? So on the color scheme, I'm just changing the color of that announcement bar. So then you will link this to the page you want to link it to. So for me, I prefer to link it to all products. So if someone clicks on that announcement bar, then it'll take them straight to my product page. You can link it to a certain collection or anything like that. It's up to you. Cool. Next, we are going to edit the header. So the header is this top image that has your logo and the menu items. You can change the background color and all that. So yeah, you can do so. These background color options you can change under your theme settings. So you can choose to say, okay, you want background one to be this particular color, so that those are basically your default options. So you can change those default options to colors that you want, or to your brand colors, if that makes sense. Um, cool. Now your logo image, you can choose to keep your logo as words, or you can upload an image with your logo. If you want to have it like as words but using your fonts, then I suggest using Canva, and then like writing it out and removing the background. So downloading it as a vector image, and then you upload it on here. Or you can add your logo, but it doesn't really look nice. I've tried it before. It looks weird, because then you have a whole square thingy, unless you have your logo as like without a background, then it works. Cool. And then here you're just choosing the positioning of the your menu items, your main menu basically. It's better this way, or you can move it to the right. In the middle, it's okay if your logo or your business name or whatever is not too big, then I guess it's okay. Right. Now, um, your these are just other settings that you are um changing. So if you enable sticky header, it means that when you scroll down, when a person scrolls down on your site, the header still appears at the top, right? It doesn't move upwards, so it stays at the top no matter which page you scroll to, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's the correct rating to use, but yeah. And then your spacing, so basically how big you want the space to be between your main menu and your banner image, right? Now you can also add your links on your onto this theme, so your Facebook link, your Instagram link, TikTok, all of that. You can add those links so that you have them on your site, so when people visit your site, when they're on this page, then they are able to um, click and visit your Instagram page or your TikTok page or whatever. It'll also just make them feel more comfortable because they know that, oh, okay, cool, you exist beyond this website. Next, we will edit the image banner. So if you have taken a certain picture and it doesn't fit properly here, then you can use Canva to resize the image to create this type of banner on Canva. So I normally you'll check the dimensions of this image, and then you will resize your picture on Canva to kind of fit the same dimension so that it doesn't look distorted when you upload it here. Um, cool. Now I'm just gonna select a picture. So I downloaded a couple of stock images that I'm just gonna use for the purpose of this video. So that's what it looks like when I've selected it. Fortunately, the image actually fits the banner image, so I don't have to do anything or make any changes to the image. And then on the second image, with this theme, when you select a second image, it kind of makes so it will be half this first image, half the second image on the same banner image. You don't want to do that. So rather only use the first image. If you want something like a carousel or yeah, something like that, then rather use a different theme. Then the image overlay opacity is basically, so as you can see, I'm changing, I'm adding or decreasing to it. So it kind of it gives this little overlay or this cover, like it covers it a little bit or makes it a little darker or a little lighter or whatever. So like it looks really nice and fancy when you kind of increase the overlay opacity a little bit, so that like it kind of adds this little, I don't know, it just adds a thing to it, okay? And then you can adjust the size of the banner. I keep it at large because then I want it to be nice and big and show like, you know, a lot on there, and so the image can be nice and visible. And right here I am just changing the position of, I'm just changing it around so to show you that, like, you know, you can literally change around the position of the text, so, and the button, so it all moves together, like the whole like image banner and the title and the button move together, so you can basically change that around. Cool. Now the background and stuff, it only matters, I think, as a, if like, I don't know, I've tried to change it around, but like for me I haven't seen the difference it makes. So yeah, I keep it the same. So this is what it looks like on a mobile. So this is what it would look like if someone viewed your website on a phone. That is what it looks like. It's good to keep checking that, especially as it where it involves pictures or images, because you don't want to think your website looks great, but on a phone things are not visible. Cool. Now the heading on the banner, I'm gonna change that. Change that to something that kind of like describes your business or your product, right? Or like words that you would want to describe your business, or words that people need to be thinking about when they think of your business. So because I'm doing like, you know, satin stuff and whatnot, I'm doing like soft and silky, because that is what people need to remember when they think of my products, right? And then a description, you can put like your what do you call that? You can either put your slogan, or you can put, something relating to, like, something relating to the little title that you put above. So I just said the softest quality satin accessories. Like, that's fine. Um, you don't even have to have that little heading, but or the slogan thingy. But it's really up to you if you want to. But like, yeah, just something that describes your business or your product, right? And then that is where you can edit your button. So you can say shop all, you can say shop now, or you can say shop collection. It's really up to you. And then I link it to all products, so that the first thing, if someone comes onto the website and the first thing they see is the banner image, when they click on that button, they go to the full product page and they see all the products. But if you're promoting a specific collection or a specific product, then the link to that on that button should be that collection of product that you want people to visit first on your site. And then you can have two buttons if you want to. I find it unnecessary, but yeah, you can have there. You can select second button label if you start adding the details and whatnot. But rather have the one button, and then whatever else you want people to go to, let it be, on the rest of your website, or the next thing on your website, if that makes sense. Or choose a theme that has a carousel image where you can have, like, they can click to the left or right and see the next image. Cool. Now the heading down here is where you're gonna say, you say a little bit more about your business, more about what you offer, and what, like. So I say, I'm not gonna say much. Like, here, I'm honestly just trying to make stuff up for you guys so I can show you guys. But yeah, you are going to kind of describe more or give more information about your business. Let that heading be a little catchy, but still kind of um, descriptive in terms of, like, your product or what you're offering, right? And then here on the description, give more information about your business, more information about what product you are offering. So I'm basically gonna say that, like, Satin Post provides small businesses with quality satin accessories and whatnot, like, So that's basically, so when someone, that's for me. I'd rather have this than have a whole about page, right? Especially with a product-based business, I feel like it is a little unnecessary to have a whole page talking, about us and whatnot, unless your audience is interested in that. So your audience, what kind of people they are. Are they the kind of people who will want to go on a website and go to the about page and be like, let me hear more about this business, or let me find out more about, why they started and all that. So if you know your customer, then you know what to whether you need that page or if this section is enough, right? So for me, I feel like, because I want people to get on the site and buy and leave, not leave, but I just want them to buy, then this section is enough for me. I don't have to have a whole page where I talk about where the business started, why it started, and all those type of things. I don't think people who are going on the site to buy products are interested in knowing that stuff. Maybe if it's a highly priced item, then sure, it probably matters. But if not, then I don't think it matters that much. This little piece is enough. You can write more and make it like a nice longer paragraph or bigger paragraph. It's up to you. Now, the featured collection, so you can select a collection or certain products that will appear here. So those will be the first products somebody sees. So if you have new arrivals, that's where you want to add them. If you have a new collection that you're adding, that's where you want to have them. If you're having a sale of certain products, then you want to create a collection for those products and select them, that as your featured collection, so that is the first thing people see. So I'm just saving what I've done so far, and then I'm just going to go and add products, because we didn't add any products to our store. So yeah, I'm gonna add products and then create collections and stuff, so that I'm able to select them on the site, on the actual theme or website, if that makes sense, or online store. I don't know which word to use, but yeah. Cool. So the first collection I'm creating is for scrunchies, and then give a proper description. I get like it doesn't have to be a big description because this is gonna appear at the top. So when someone clicks on that collection, at the very top of the page, that's where they're gonna see this description, and then they're gonna see the products that are under that collection. So it doesn't have to be a long thing that you add, right? Cool. So for the collection type, so this is basically saying if like when you add product and you give them the whatever these conditions, will it be automatically added or do you need to add them manually? So I choose automated so that when I add products, all I need to do is describe the product type. As you can see, the product type as scrunchy, and it'll automatically be added to this collection. And then I also prefer to add an image for the collection as an image cover so that when you pull the collection up on when they go to like your collections, then they're able to see the different collections you have. If you are going to separate things by the type of clothing, like if it's pants, skirts, shirts, whatever, then you have a picture for each. It's not just like if you don't have a specific picture, then the first products that you select that was added into that collection, the first or the last, is normally the one that pulls through as the kind of like the cover image of that collection. It also looks much nicer when you intentionally select the covers because then you can kind of control how things look or the aesthetic of your collections page, the aesthetic of your front page. If you're gonna select, if you're gonna have the collections on your home page, then you're able to kind of control how it looks, instead of just having a product right there and then I don't know, it just looks better. I just feel like you do need to select a separate image for it. So cool. This is just the next collection I am adding for bonnets. Um, so yeah, basically this what I said there in conditions is that the product type, I'm gonna set the product type as a bonnet. That way anything that has the product type bonnet is gonna be added. You will see as I where the product type will be when we add products. But yeah, these are the collections that I'm creating. Um Cool. So if you want to have a certain collection for new arrivals, say you have had your products for a while and then you want to add a collection for new arrivals and then you want to add all your like your new arrival products, whatever, you can manually add them onto into that particular collection. So you can have a certain product be in multiple collections. So you can have it be in your new arrivals collection. You can have it be in your pick up the week collections, or you can create different collections with the same products, and then so that when you select there under your featured collection, you can select whatever you want to select. I hope that makes sense. Now we're adding the actual product. So we've created our collections. Now we're adding the actual product. So the first product I am going to create is a champagne satin scrunchie, right? When you are creating your website and you are adding your products, make sure your product title or your product title or name, whatever, is as descriptive as possible. So if you can specify the color, specify the fabric, specify if it's stretchy or whatever. So if it's a long dress or a maxi dress or blue maxi dress, say it. If your product has a specific name, like you wanna call it ebony, whatever, an ebony blue maxi dress, like be specific, because when people go onto Google and they search and someone is like, oh, I'm looking for a blue maxi dress, they'll type in blue maxi dress. And if you're fortunate enough, if your SEO is good enough, or your descriptions and all that, your product titles and whatnot are good enough, then it will it'll pop up it'll pop up under the on Google, right? And that increases the likelihood of people actually clicking on your product and coming to your website, right? you've searched for things on Google, and then under that shopping tab, then you have like a whole bunch of stuff that fit that description or that fit that title that you searched, right? That has happened to me a lot with my Royal Flair business, my clothing business, where because I was very descriptive in the product title, I've had people visit my store and I'm like, okay, I'm not even running any ads or anything right now, but there are people on my website who are, because they are searching for a specific thing at that particular, they are searching for a certain um top, or they are a pink satin top, or they are searching for a pink satin dress. I hope that makes sense. Cool. I know I've been rambling, but I hope you've also been following along. Cool. I added my picture, I added my description, I added my picture. Now for the price. So the price is what you will be selling it for. So this is what customers will see. Compare at price. You can add it when you have a sale. So this will mean that like whatever whatever you're selling it for now during the sale. So if my sales, I'm selling it for 15 rand when it's on sale, you'll put that on price, and then at compared price you'll put the original price, which is 20 rand, and then the cost price will be what it costs you to make that product, or to stock that product, and then it automatically calculates what your profit margin is and all that in your profit. Your SKU, honey, make that up. However you track your inventory, you can make that up. You can add that there. I literally just write, I'll use the first, or the first letter of the color, the type of product, and then like 01, 02, like that. If like, I hope that makes sense. And then track quantity and continue selling when out of stock. If you don't want it to continue appearing on your site when out of stock, you untick that, and then when it's out of stock, it won't appear on your site anymore. So customers won't be able to see it, but it will be there in the back end, like under your product list, but it won't show to customers. And then you must select it as a physical product if it is a physical product, so that shipping options and shipping details are requested when the customer checks out. And then the weight, weigh your product. I've literally just added a random number. I don't even know how heavy 20 grams is, so I just selected a random product. Select your country, and then I don't add anything here because I don't have that. I don't even know what it is, so I don't add anything there. I don't have it. If you have it, then you can add it. But yeah, and then cool, the options. So if your product comes in different colors or different sizes or something like that, right? Then you should select this, and then you will specify if it's size or color or whatnot, and then as you can see, it gives you the option values that you can enter. So I'm going to enter mine small, medium, extra large. I mean large, extra large, because that's the size is available for my scrunchies, right? So you can do that, especially with clothing. You should be able to enter this so that people can see. So at the top, we did enter that we have 20 in stock, right, in total. So now I'm going to split that 20 between these 4 options to say I have like 5 of each. So if you have 20 of each size, then, or each color or whatever variant you're using, then you will split it here, right? Cool. Yeah, so for example, this is what I'm showing here, right? You can select color, and then you can add the different variants or your different colors or whatnot. Cool. And you can have more than one variant, okay? So if you can add color and size under the same product, so people can select based on the color and size that they want. And then up there, I made it active, because if it's not active, it will show under your product, but it's not going to show on the site. So if you make it active, then it will appear on the site. The product will start showing on the site. And then yeah, here under the product organization, the type, I need to say it's a scrunchie, so that it's automatically added to the collection for scrunchies. And then vendor, only enter the vendor if it matters, in where you're selling different vendors stuff, like so different brands or whatever, then that matters. And then another thing, tags. um while the tags are basically, it's kind of like hashtags. So it's like same as the tags you would use on YouTube, or hashtags you would use on Instagram, right? It's just to help classify your stuff on the internet. It helps with SEO and stuff like that. Cool. Next product I'm adding is bonnets. um Literally on the description I'm just adding stuff like you need to write a proper description. Make sure your description is not in bullet form. Write it out as a paragraph, you know um because when you write things like your product descriptions or your captions on posts and stuff like that, you need to do it as if you're talking to somebody. You don't talk in bullet form. You don't say one, um it stretches. Two, it no. So you need to write it out as a paragraph so that when someone is reading your product description, it just appeals to them more, and they feel like buying it more. So yeah, I just thought I should mention that. Cool. So we're doing the same thing here, adding the price and the cost. Um, if you are registered for VAT, you can click to charge tax on the product, right? I'm not registered for VAT, so I didn't click. And I prefer to track, and I say continue selling because I know that it's stuff that I will continuously have, because it's certain and I make it myself. So I always say continue selling. Cool. Now the options, same here. Here I'm also going to separate them by size as well. Um, so you can choose to have all the colors in one under one product, or you can add the different colors separately as separate products. It kind of helps fill up your site and it looks all pretty because then it's like different colors. But if you add them under one, then you had to add all the colors, like the pictures of all the colors of that product under this one product and the variants and whatnot. And then you have like two products, and then that's like boring. So just a tip. Cool. And then tags, this is what I was talking about. So tags, I'm saying satin bonnets. So just different ways that relate to this um, product, right? Let me say that. Cool. So you'll probably, so these are the products. So let's imagine there are more products than just like two. Let's imagine there's a whole lot of products there. So it doesn't look, it looks so empty with just two products. But yeah. Now, this multimedia collage, you can delete it if you don't want this section here, or if you just want one picture, you can literally delete this and then say add block, and then choose what type of thing or what type of graphic you want there. But like, I like that, the way they put it, I like that setup, so I'm keeping it. Now, featured products. So I don't want these products or this collection to be called featured products. If I wanted to be called like new arrivals, then you change that heading to new arrivals, and that's the wording that will appear. And you can also change the size of the heading. So cool. I'm changing it to new arrivals, and then if I had a collection for new arrivals, then I would select that. But because I don't really have many collections, I'm gonna select all products because I don't have that specific collection. Um, and also this is just to show you guys, so and then the size of the heading, I like to make it a little bigger, so I will change the size of that so it kind of pops out a bit. And then you can add a description to it. I don't want to, but let's just do it for fun. So you can add a little description for your something exciting, like an exciting line for your that collection or that particular collection. Okay. And then description style, body, I'm gonna keep it like that. I don't see a reason to change. So the if you change it, okay, let's just change it to subtitle. So when you change it, it changes like the style of the writing and of the font, or the style of the, that sentence or that paragraph, and the size as well. And then collection, I selected all, as in like all products, because that's all I have. But if you have a different collection, then you change collection and then you can select. If you need to create a new arrivals collection, or a new collection for whatever you want to add here, or you want to feature here, then you click on create collection. It will take you back to the admin page, or the dashboard, where you can create your new collection. So now, maximum products to show, it's basically the amount of products that will show here on the home page. So in that collection, if you have like, let's say you have like 10 products in this collection, in the new arrivals collection, then you can choose, oh, I only want to show 8 of those products, or you only want to show like 4. I prefer only showing like 4, and then there'll be like a see more or view more button. But because I only have 2, doesn't matter what I select, it won't give me that view more button, because I only have 2 items in my, like, there's nothing more to view, if that makes sense. But if you have more products in that collection, you will get that view more button. So I enabled it, meaning when I add more products, um, it will appear that view more button. So it will show 4 of these products, because I said it should show maximum of 4 products, and then there will be a view more button if the for the customer to wanna, if the customer wants to go in and see more products. And then the number of columns on desktop, I said 4. Cool. So the make products full width and all that, it just makes them bigger and smaller. So I said full width because, and this is what it looks like on mobile. Um, yeah, just remember to keep checking what your stuff looks like on the different devices, on mobile and on desktop. So yeah. Then my view all button is a solid button, meaning it's gonna have color. So depending on my theme settings, it'll depend what color it is. So mine is most likely black. I think I selected black when I was setting it up. But yeah. Oh, there. Actually, I selected background one, meaning the button will be black. And then your image ratio. So if you are, so you can change it to be square or portrait. So because of the type of product, because like round and whatnot, it needs to be like a square so it can show the full product. But if you you had like something like something that needs, where you need to focus more on it, or if it's like clothing and like you kind of wanted to focus more on the picture, like kind of zoom in. I don't want to say zoom in, it sounds like I'm saying the wrong thing, but yeah, then you will choose portrait. But I choose to keep it as square because of it, like it's circles and stuff. Like my products are like circles. If that makes sense. And then show second image on hover, meaning when your cursor goes over that image before you click on it, you'll be able to see what other images are in that product, or what other images show when you click. If they were to click on the product, what other images would they see? That makes sense. And then show vendor, like I said, it's only necessary if you are selling things from different brands. But if it's your brand and your stuff, no need to click on show vendor, because it's not relevant to your customer. It's only relevant if you are selling different brands. And then show product rating. You click on show product rating, but you will need to add an app. I will post a video where I'll be showing you guys how to add apps to your store, because I will need to add apps to this store. So I'll record that when I do it. After I've fixed it, like use my own images and stuff like that. But yeah. And then mobile layout, so the number of images or number of columns. So it's going to show 2 columns over here. If it shows 1 column, this is what it looks like. So the image is just big and it doesn't look nice. So rather have 2 columns. So if you have like 4 images that are supposed to show, it'll be like it will show 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom, and then it will give you the view, give the customer the view more thingy. Or for now, I enabled swipe, right? So meaning it's gonna show 2 here, and then there'll be an arrow showing you that you can swipe to the right, no, to the left, so that the rest of you can see the other 2 products. So yeah, you can enable swipe if you have more products. I'm not, because I don't have anything to swipe. And then the padding and stuff, it's the space between the different sections. So if you want more space between these sections, then you can increase the padding. I don't need to have a whole lot of space. I don't like that. I feel like it looks better like this. I don't like having too much white space on my site, if that makes sense. Please, you guys. Oh, now, yeah, the background. You can change the background of this particular blog, like the new arrival blog. But I prefer for everything to just be white. It just looks so clean, right? But if you want this part to be black and this part to be, don't do it. But I'm saying you can do it if you want, if like it's possible, but don't do it. Just keep everything the same color, like the whole background of the entire site. Keep it the same color. Now this little block over here, so I'm gonna say collections, so because I want to showcase the collections. You can keep their formats where it's like collection name, collection and a product. I wanted to only show the collections that we have on the site, so I'm also gonna change the title to collections. Right, cool. And then I switched over the blocks out. I want if you want the large block to be on the other side, on the right side, then you can change that. If you want to keep it on the left, you can do that as well. Cool. I'm keeping it on the left. I don't know, it looks nicer because like the first image that the customer sees will be big, and And then on mobile, if you made it as like a column, it's gonna show like this. But if you show it as a collage, it's gonna show kind of like the same, but the big image is on the top instead of being on the side like it would be on a desktop. And the background, like I said, you can change the background of this section, but I'm not changing anything. I'm keeping it the same. I want everything to be the same color. Now we're gonna add our collections. We're gonna select our collections. So I'm selecting that collection. So you see that the block that says example product title, I'm gonna change that. Instead of that being a product, I'm gonna change it, delete that, and make it add a block to be a collection instead. If that makes sense. Also, I selected the satin sets, bonnets, and then the next collection I need to add is scrunchies. So I'm going to need to remove this product title block and change it to a collection so that it shows all my collections. These colors look so pretty. I need to make sure my site is my actual site is just as pretty when I change like the images and stuff. Right, now let's add that. So if you want to add a product, then I would select a product page. It automatically takes you to it only gives you like product options because that's what the block is for. That's how it's coded. So if you remove it and add a collection thingy, then yeah. So to delete this thing, you're gonna click on it. So I'm gonna delete this one, this block for the product. So I deleted it at the bottom. There is a remove block option. Then I say add block again, and then I choose collection, and I can select the other collection I wanted to add there, and voila! Now I have all three collections showing here. Cool. So this multi-column thing that you see underneath on the underneath the video, I'm going to delete that because I don't need it. But if you want to keep it, then you can like customize it the way you want to. I'm deleting it. I don't need it. So for video, you can have a video if you have a video. Let's say you want to add a certain video like um and you've uploaded it somewhere, then you can add the link to the video. So like rather so create a YouTube channel for, let's say, for your business, and then upload whatever video you want to add here, upload it to the YouTube channel, and then you can um what do you call it, add the link to the video on here. Because as great as the themes are, they're not as advanced. I'm sure with a paid theme it would be different. I've never used a paid theme, so I don't know. But I'm sure it would be different. But yeah, you you can't, the video can't be playing on the site. If that makes sense. So you actually need to click on it. It will play on the site, but the person will need to click on the video. So I selected a thumbnail. It's random. It's from the Startup Space YouTube channel. It's a thumbnail that I used, but like you'll put the thumbnail of or whatever image that you want to show as like the thumbnail of your video or the cover of your video. I just chose a random thumbnail. This is not going to be on my site. It's a random thumbnail. Um, and then for the URL, I'm going to copy the link from the video and then add it here so that when someone plays it, they'll play it directly on my website. They don't have to go to the website. So say you have like behind the scenes videos, or you have a video where you're talking more about your business, or you're introducing yourself, or introducing your business. You can have that. You can really have that. You can have like a meet the owner type of video or whatever, and add that. But just like upload it to YouTube and then select the link, right? You can even make it private on YouTube because you're only posting it for the sake of having it on, your website. So yeah, cool. As I said, the section underneath that video, I'm deleting. I deleted. Um, but yeah, I will add a link to preview the site, to preview the website in the description, so you can kind of see how it turned out. Like I said before, guys, it's not the final website. It's literally just